When a complainant is presented with possible process options, this includes an informal and formal option. The informal resolution option is a method to try to repair the harm that impacted both the complainant and respondent. This is a voluntary process that does not require the respondent to accept responsibility for the behaviors. There are no formal sanctions associated with most informal resolutions, meaning there is no note on a respondent's transcript, probation, or so on. The exception would be if parties mutually agree to an outcome that does include agreed upon sanctions. There are several types of informal resolutions that a complainant can request. The first informal process option available is a conversation with the respondent. This is the only informal resolution that does not preclude the request for a future process with Penn State. A conversation with a respondent is conducted by a university employee, and the purpose is to review university policy, expectations for future behavior, and available resources and supportive measures for the respondent. The second type of informal resolution is educational modules. These modules contain articles and videos that cover a range of topics to include consent, boundaries, and healthy relationships. The content is assigned based on the reported behaviors to Penn State. There are also a series of questions that respondents are required to answer and then review with a university employee to check the understanding of the assigned material. The third informal process option is restorative justice. The goal of restorative justice is to allow the parties to communicate how the reported behaviors impacted them and to repair harm or find a pathway forward. This is a collaborative process that is meant to promote healing and accountability for the harm experienced. At Penn State, two methods of restorative justice include a circle conference and shuttle diplomacy. The circle conference is conducted in real time virtually, and it is a structured conversation between the parties. The mediated discussion is composed of scripted questions which are provided to parties in advance. The dialogue is facilitated by trained mediators to promote a safe environment. Each party is permitted to have one support person present that is also able to engage in the dialogue. Another method of restorative justice offered at Penn State is shuttle diplomacy. This option allows parties to communicate in writing as opposed to a real-time conversation. Employees act as mediators by shuttling prepared written statements between the parties. This is completed in a structured environment. The last type of informal process option offered by Penn State is the voluntary mutual agreement. This is a helpful tool in cases where parties may have specific requests that they wish to have in writing. If both parties agree, these requests can be placed in writing, and this creates a binding agreement between the parties. This can help promote a pathway forward. Mutual agreements can extend to classroom seating arrangements, course scheduling, the use of public spaces, counseling, and so on. It is important to note that this option could include specific agreed-upon sanctions, which would then lead to a disciplinary record for the respondent. Informal resolutions can be a good option for complainants that want to take action to address reported behavior but do not wish to engage in a formal investigation.